A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent and a very special guest. If you're looking at us on Facebook or YouTube, you probably know who this guy is. But if you're on radio, I'm going to make you wait for about 2 minutes, okay?
Terry, it's great to see you, rascal.
Max Armstrong.
What an honor to be alongside you in the studio.
Oh, it is so great to have you here in Michigan. From what I understand, this is probably one of the first times you've ever been up in this area.
You know, it is the first time on a farm that I've been. But I've been in the area, a few times over the years, over at Steiner Tractor Parts, of course, down there at Lennon. And it's just always great to come into this very diverse state when it comes to agriculture. Of course, I knew many producers over on the western side of the state when I was on the WGN stations in Chicago. And of course, that's a very abundant fruit and vegetable producing area. And one family friend of ours over there in Eau Claire, Michigan, they were pioneers in the agritourism business, the Teichmans.
Oh.
They had tremendous fruit farms.
Yes, they did.
And it was always great to visit with them and to see how they, I even had my own tree there for a few years.
Oh, is that right? Well, I don't know if they've got a pumpkin named after you or not, but after we finish up with the program.
It's probably a big fat one, yeah.
We're going to go over to Johnson's Pumpkin Farm, and we're going to have lunch.
Excellent.
Over there. So quite frankly, I don't think Mike and the staff would mind if some of you might want to just stop by, say hello. You can grab some lunch with us and have a chance to talk to Max if you're a fan and if you've watched Max for a few years and heard him.
You and I go way back. That's the thing. As I was telling my wife, I said, I've been around Terry over all of these years at our farm broadcasting meetings, and I know the high regard in which you are held in the ranks of farm broadcasters around the United States and for decades. But to be sitting in the studio with you, that's a dream come true.
Oh, this is really nice. Jonathan, I know you had a chance to meet Max back about, 3 years ago, was it, or 2?
2 or 3, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that farm broadcasters meeting? That's something, isn't it?
Oh, it's something else. It's so cool to see so many people of the same purpose all in one place.
Doing all of those interviews. I've always said we farm broadcasters will interview anybody with a heartbeat. And Terry is proving that today.
There we go.
As Earl Butch used to say to me, what, slow news day or something?
Well, it's certainly not a slow weather day. Well, unless you're bored with sunshine and 75, 80 degrees, which is kind of unusual. It's not rare, but it's a little unusual for the month of September. As a matter of fact, September, many of you are thinking, okay, this has been a really warm month, September this year, and boy, it's been really dry. Well, it has been dry. Our subsoil moisture right now is about 60% poor to very poor, and the topsoil is about 60% poor to very poor right now statewide. But here we've got some spots where we've got some pretty nice weather going on, and we're going to continue to have some nice weather. Sunshine, a few more clouds around this afternoon. That's what we're looking at. 72, 73 for a high. Jonathan, what are we looking at right now?
Well, right now out at the airport, we've got mostly sunny skies, 63 degrees. Downtown Midlands looking at 66. Downtown Bay City's at 65. Here at Radio Center, we've got no clouds in the sky, 64 degrees, still working our way up to that 70 mark.
Yeah, we'll try to work some clouds in a little bit later on this afternoon. Tonight, still partly cloudy, 46 for a low, which is normal for this time of the year. We've been running 50s, 55, 50, and that's where we're going to be this weekend. 55, 59, 60 degrees with mid 80s. Man. So get the shorts out.
The leaf peepers won't need their heavy jackets.
No, they won't at all. Plenty of leaf peepers coming up here over the next couple of weeks, too. Tomorrow, 77 for a high, a few more clouds around, but still some sun, 50 for a low. We'll have an east breeze today, real light, southeast tomorrow, and then south on Thursday night and southwest on Friday. That southwest breeze, that's what's going to bring the warm temperatures up, because not too far to the west of us, Max, I think it was Bismarck, North Dakota, Bismarck, the 1st of October, 58 degrees overnight last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
The fire threat has become very significant in parts of the Corn Belt, especially you get out into central Illinois and central Indiana. Combine fires and field fires have become a real serious challenge over the past week. In fact, many of those farmers are not only keeping a tillage tool on a tractor somewhere near that field of harvest, many of them have been bringing in extra water tanks that they used earlier in the season, but they're positioning near their fields where they're combining, because on board the brush trucks that the local volunteer fire departments have, there's not that much of a water supply.
Wow.
So they're trying to keep some water out there. And of course, many of the volunteer fire departments all across the country are struggling to get manpower these days, and men and women to really volunteer. I don't know if you know this, but 3/4 of the fire departments, three-fourths of the firefighters in the nation are volunteers. Did you know that?
No.
3/4 of all of the firefighters in the United States are volunteers.
Especially out in our rural communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in some of those, they tend to be bedroom communities now as cities have sprawled out there. And in some of our traditional rural communities, there's nobody there in the daytime, or not nearly as many people in the daytime. Maybe if you have a couple of guys at the elevator or the crop nutrient facility there in town. But it's hard to get people together to make a fire run. And younger people don't join quite the way their parents and grandparents did. So
yeah, you don't have the
the
social gathering type scenario, which lends itself to volunteerism.
Right.
You don't have that much anymore. It's
I hired firefighters and paramedics for over 20 years in the suburban Chicago area, full time, and they were union firefighters and paramedics. But many of those great people that we got came from rural departments, where they had the work ethic. Many of them were farm kids. They had the work ethic. To get their certifications in those rural communities was more difficult, to test through their certification. So we need a lot of good men and women in the rural fire service and EMS service.
Yeah, especially with agriculture. I mean, that's huge in these outlying
We just passed
areas.
Farm Safety Week the other day.
Yes, we did.
By the way, did you know?
No.
There aren't many claims to fame I have. I was responsible for moving Farm Safety Week from the summer to the fall. Up until 1982, National Farm Safety Week was in July. And I remember having dinner with a guy by the name of Bill Fletcher. He was the farm safety guy. You probably interviewed him.
Yes,
he
I
was
did.
the farm safety guy for the National Safety Council.
Yes.
And I said to Bill, why in the world do you have it in the summertime? Isn't there more clear and present danger and more accidents in the fall? And I'm not sure there were more accidents, but I mean, if we look at it now, the harvest season.
Well, logically, it makes sense.
Yeah. And of course, one big challenge we have now is vehicular movement between fields.
Mm-hmm.
All too many accidents occur on the roads, as you know, because so many folks don't gauge that speed, and they're all in a hurry, and they're all trying to do something else with the device.
Oh.
So be careful out there, rascal.
Yes, that's the idea. That's the name of the game. Beautiful weather all weekend long to get that harvest done. Again, safety.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
See, Jonathan, what happens when you bring in another farm broadcaster? You don't have to do a show.
No.
You just open up the can and the guy goes on and on. I'll shut up here.
No, mid-80s. That's what we're looking at all weekend long. Moving into next week, still way above normal for this time of the year, temperature-wise, and dry conditions. Maybe toward the tail end of next week, we'll have a chance to see a little bit more precipitation, but it is going to be exceptionally dry. So for Farm Safety Week, again, the whole idea is with these dry conditions, be very, very careful and be aware of that equipment. The last thing you want is, of course, a fire out in the field or a fire in the barn or in the work shed. It's going to be tough. Average high for this time of the year is 67 in the afternoon. The record, we won't set one today. It's 88. That was set back in 1971. Incidentally, the warmest ever 1st of October was set in 2002. 87 was our high, 67 was our low. The coldest ever was the exact same year. Next year, 2003. So 1 year to the next. And on this date in 2003, we had 1/4 of an inch of snow.
Really?
Yeah. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast and more with Max Armstrong. Before we get to all of that, Jonathan, who do we have on deck?
We've got a market report coming up. Cody Harris from Star of the West checking in. I don't think he'll have some great news for us today, but we'll hear from him. Then we'll head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Roof Max. AskBenHow.com. It's that simple. Or what's even simpler, 989-859-6751. Why would you need them? Well, it's very simple. I asked myself that very same question, and then I realized it was a good thing. My roof was only about 21, 22 years old. But I thought, I better just have it checked. I don't want leaks and all this stuff. So tail end of summer, first part of the fall, figured I needed somebody to walk around who knew what was going on with that roof. And guess what? There were a couple of things that needed fixing. So the free roof assessment really paid off for me. And what really paid off for me was the Roof Max treatment, because it restored the flexibility and extended the life of my roof. I saved thousands of dollars in one big headache by having Ben at Roof Max take care of my roof. Safe, quick, non-transferable warranty. He added several years to that roof. A little care today is going to save you a whole lot more tomorrow. AskBenHow.com. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Cody, you're talking with three of us today. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you guys doing this morning?
Hey, we're doing a lot better than the markets. What in the world is going on? And now I know that report came out yesterday. What happened?
Yeah, that's saying it lightly that you're having a better day in the markets is definitely the accurate statement. Yesterday we had the USDA grain stock small grain summary, and overall that definitely just added fuel to the already bearish markets, especially in corn and wheat. Soybeans seem to be getting pulled down with that as well, but kind of looking and diving into that, the big number was over in corn. They had a kind of a keynote update where they found USDA found an extra 200 million bushels of corn from last year's crop. And then you kind of put that with the monstrous corn crop that we're expected to have this year. Ending stocks could rise. I'm hearing anything over 2.5 billion bushels on that end, and that's definitely kind of what's sucking the market down here today. And kind of the same thing happened for wheat as well. Wheat stocks went up about 77 million bushels, higher than what the average trade guess was. So we got a lot more grain sitting around than expected, and the markets are definitely showing that here today.
So right now on the board, Cody, what do you have?
Yeah, right now, currently I got cash wheat. That's down 4 at the moment. 479 on the white, 404 on the red. New crop 2026 wheat, that's down 5. 537 on the white, 452 on the red. And looking over at corn, cash and new crop corn is down 5 at 346. Then cash crop soybeans is down 4 at 913.
Max, Star of the West takes in a lot of dry beans.
Right.
And of course, they're the big wheat buyer in this market as well. And Cody, I know there have been a lot of trucks the past couple of days going past my place, and I'm hearing that the elevators are pretty busy right now.
Yeah, this time of year we got dry bean harvest and soybean harvest rocking and rolling right now. Kind of looking over, I think quality's been good overall. Yields have been kind of all over the place. I mean, with how dry it's been, we've been seeing a lot of activity, but it's definitely sporadic as far as yields and quality are concerned with both dry beans and soybeans. But yeah, we are definitely rocking and rolling right now with this hot and dry weather that we've had the last few weeks.
What's the moisture level on those soybeans? Seems like they've dropped very low in parts of the Midwest already.
Yeah, we're flirting. I was talking to a couple guys earlier this week. it seems like when they start in the morning, it's kind of around 14. Then by the end of the day, they're sub 10
Oh,
on that. So it's all kind of right all throughout it, but they're definitely drying down pretty darn quick, especially for us this time of
Yeah.
year.
A farmer friend of mine near Champaign, Illinois, said we're down around 8% the other evening as he was trying to wrap up. And again, he was getting out there early in the day to what you were saying
Wow.
there.
Yeah, everything's awfully dry.
it sure is. Cody, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you guys as well. Thank you.
You betcha. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Jonathan, who do we have up now?
We're going to head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer for a little bit more on the markets. The market report today brought to you by Legendary Tree Care. If you need tree trimming or tree removal, then you need Legendary Tree Care. No job is too big. No job is too small. Get it done before the weather turns. Legendary Tree Care is fully licensed and insured, specializing in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or check them out on Facebook. They're there when you need them. Market report also brought to you by Thumb Bank and Trust. They've been working with agriculture, longer than these two guys in the studio with me combined.
Hey, watch it.
Since 1895. Farming today has many challenges, and Thumb Bank keeps up with those changes and keeps up with the industry trends and changes in your operation. Thumb Bank and Trust, now in Freeland and 13 locations throughout the Thumb and here in the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Over to Oppenheimer we go. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
We're doing just wonderful. Much better than the markets, they tell me, in Chicago.
Just a bit better than the commodity markets for sure. Stock markets are okay. They're up just a teensy bit. The government shutdown in play right now usually leads to higher stock market. Don't ask me why. I don't understand all that, but that's what's going on. The algorithms obviously support that. Nvidia again hit an all-time high today. Gold hit an all-time high today. Silver's it hit a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 year high, but still again has to hit that $50 mark to get the all-time high. It's $47.50, so all it needs is one good push, right? And you kind of just sort of need a catalyst to turn grains around, and I don't know what that's going to be, but once the computers catch on that it's turning, Katie by the door, but not today. Here's your numbers. December corn is 410 3/4, down 4 3/4. The March corn 427 1/4, down 4 3/4. November soybeans 997 1/4, down 4 1/2. The January soybeans 1015 1/2, down 4 3/4. December wheat 503 3/4, down 4 1/4, and the March wheat 521 3/4, down 5 1/4. The crude oil is 61.86, down 51 cents. Heating oil 231 3/4, down 0.6 of a penny. Gasoline 188.47, that's down 3 3/4 cents. Natural gas 335 1/4, up a nickel. Order currencies: Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3947 Canadian, that's up by 27 ticks. The dollar buys 147.10 yen, that's down 80 ticks. The euro's at 117.27, down 6 ticks, and the dollar's at 97.76, down 2 ticks. Gold is at 38.5790, up 17.10 an ounce. Silver's 47.51, that's up $1.25. Platinum's 15.8440, down 21.30. Copper's at 482.65, that's up 2.2 cents.
Doug, you have a great day, okay?
Thank you too.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, where serving you is their business. They are your Dairyland Seed headquarters, and right now you should be talking to them. Also, Vic Huffer, he's an agronomist, and he knows a lot of answers to the questions that you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain, serving you since 1983. Farm Service also brought you today, Max, by
Steiner Tractor Parts.
You got it.
How long should this spot be? Because I could easily run 2 or 3 minutes. Dan Steiner is a great guy, great friend, and Suzanne over there at the office at Lennon, Michigan. You can go in there and buy retail, buy your parts right there.
Yeah.
What I would urge you to do is go online to the website, steinertractor.com, and then you can call in. And if you wind up and you don't get somebody answering right away, you hear the voicemail, you hear this guy that sounds like me, a little bit like me.
It is.
And their number to call, by the way, is 1-800-234-3280. And I will tell you that they test their parts. I've been in there, and Dan has talked about, I mean, he's such a stickler for the quality of the tractor parts they have, and for all makes. I mean, if you've got an old Cockshutt out there and you want to fix it up, or an Oliver, or you're a Farmall guy like Max Armstrong, they have your parts. But he has a quality assurance man there on the staff. They will test it for strength. And I will tell you, I have a Steiner tractor parts muffler on a couple of my tractors because I really believe in what they're doing. Nice people, just great people. It's wonderful to have them in the area, but they serve the entire country. If you happen to be listening or watching on the World Wide Web, when was the last time you heard somebody say World Wide Web? Anyway, their telephone number, if you want to call them, is 800-234 3280.
I thought you had that memorized for crying out loud.
I should. My voice is on there. SteinerTractor.com. Tell them Max sent you.
There you go.
And also Terry.
Yes. Coming
I don't know
up.
how long that was, but your salespeople need to send an extra
2.5, yes.
statement over there.
Yeah, get ready, Dan. Who do we have right on deck now, Jonathan?
We're going to head over and talk with Ed Bankert from Nutrien Ag Solutions after these notes.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
Along with us right now, Ed Bankert with Nutrien Ag. Ed, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Terry. Pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, we're doing great. You're on the air with Max Armstrong today. Max, of course, with a little affiliation with Nutrien.
Well, we've had the privilege of being in some Nutrien plants over the years.
Yeah.
Some operations around. Great people.
Very good people and great people to rely on, folks like Ed Bankert. Ed, what should farmers be looking at right now?
You know, Terry, with the weather forecast we got coming in the next, 10 days, above average temperatures, this corn crop, depending on where you're at, even within the same section, I mean, we've had such variability in rain and moisture and disease pressure and hybrid genetics and how they handle all that. I mean, I just caution growers to get out and walk your corn, make sure it's standing good. And if you haven't sprayed a fungicide, up in this part of Michigan, we've got a lot of tar spot and northern corn leaf blight that showed up late. That's prematurely killing this corn. And, we're just going to have a rapid dry down here, which is good. I mean, that helps the drying build, but just want to make sure that, some of these really high stress fields, cornfields that dried up, didn't get enough moisture, make sure that we're in them walking and doing the push test and not leaving them out there too long.
Good suggestion. Ed, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you too. Hey, thanks, guys.
You bet. Ed Bankert with Nutrien Ag. Along with us now, Jonathan, we're
going to head over, say good morning to Chuck Cervinsky from Maple Hill. Farm Service Today brought to you by Frankenmuth Credit Union, helping farmers with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Find out why so many people say Frankenmuth Credit Union is their hometown financial solution. You can find out more at frankenmuthcu.org. Over to Maple Hill now. Good morning, Chuck Cervinsky.
Hey, happy Wednesday to you both. It's a real nice sunny day, a perfect day to be out in the yard doing some planning.
Yeah, and a great opportunity right now to save some money on those plants.
Definitely. We've got 40% off everything. We've started that today. We had 40, 30, and 20 off on some things, but we decided to go 40 off on all of our pot shrubs, grasses, perennials, trees. You name it, it's all on sale right now.
And a great time to plant.
Definitely. We need a little bit of moisture, but the weather is really good right now. The ground is warm, and the plants really like that.
And of course, fertilize those plants. Is it a good idea to do that when you put them in the ground?
You want to be careful with that. You can put a little fertilizer in, but with this warm weather, we don't want to encourage them to start growing again. And if you fertilize too much and then start pouring the water to it, that's exactly what will happen.
Oh, good advice. How do we get a hold of you, Chuck?
You can give us a call here at the store, 989-835-4708. You can visit our website, www.maplehillmidland.com, and then also check out our Facebook page every day.
And hours this weekend?
We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then Saturday we're here 8 until 4.
Chuck Cervinsky, you have a great day. We'll see you next week. Or I should say
bye-bye.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, Friday. We'll talk Friday again.
Yeah, there you go. Chuck Cervinsky. We'll be right back.
Hope. It's a hard thing to hold on to in the face of adversity. But if you really want it, put your boots back on, keep moving forward. Accept the late nights and early mornings. Push through the rain, the droughts, and prove to the world that you have what it takes. At Beck's, we're farmers too. We know what a selfless and difficult job it is. It takes heart to be a farmer. So the next time you feel defeated, don't forget, grit and determination got you here, and your faith will keep you going. You were made for this.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service, very competitive prices for well over 45 years. Michigan Truck Spring, 800-358-4751, or buy online at truckspring.com. Okay, Max, remove your hat. We now conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. This